Good morning, guys. Today we're going to be discussing interphase, a little bit just reviewing interphase really quickly, and looking at mitosis more specifically, okay? So just remember about interphase. This is the period between cell divisions, between the mitosis, I guess you could say. So it's the longest phase of the cell cycle, but it's when the cell grows and the chromosomes or DNA are copied. That's the big things, okay? The cell grows and chromosomes are copied. But today we're going to look at mitosis, specifically each of the phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Just remember PMAT. You need to remember the order: PMAT, PMAT. All right? Sort of goes over what's going on in each one of these, and I'm going to show you ways to remember these as well. So prophase is the first stage. This is when the centrioles separate. This is when the centrioles, if you remember, they go to the ends of the cell, okay? And the spindle fibers start attaching to chromosomes, all right? They're going to be pulling them apart later, but right now the centrioles go to the ends of the cell, like the polars of the cell, and spindle fibers start to form. Also, the membrane, and specifically the nuclear membrane, is starting to break down. All right. So remember, the nucleus has its own membrane. The nuclear membrane is beginning to break down. This is what you'll sort of see in diagrams, and this is what the pictures look like. Okay. All right. Metaphase is the next. Just remember meta, M, middle, M. This is when the chromosomes line up in the middle of the cell. All right. So each chromosome is connected to a spindle fiber at this point, but you're going to be very noticeable. They all line up in the middle. Metaphase M, middle, M, like this. See, they all line up in the middle here. And when you see it, and this is a plant cell here, but you can sort of see everything clumped up here in the middle here. That one's about to go through cell division right there. Next one is anaphase. Ana, A, away, A, or apart, A, okay? So sister chromatids, remember those chromosomes, there's two chromosomes make up a chromosome, right? So when they get pulled apart, they're called sister chromatids. They separate. They start getting pulled away from one another, all right? And individual chromosomes are now formed and are moved away from one another. Sort of see, like here's the spindle, the centriomes, the centrals. Here's the filaments. They're pulling these chromosomes apart. All right. This is what it looks like in more of the microscope view. Lastly is telophase. T, I don't know, just opposite of prophase basically. But chromosomes gather at the opposite ends of the cell. All right. They lose their distinct shape. They start going back to that spaghetti-looking stuff. So two new nuclear membranes are beginning to form, and at this point, mitosis has ended. You'll see it like this here a lot in diagrams. You can sort of see like this border being put between them, a broken up membrane being down here. But really, the DNA chromosomes, they're starting to look like spaghetti again, okay? And in a cell, and in the microscope, you're going to see like this right here. It's going to look like this more, like a little, and these right here, this is called a cleavage right here. This and this, these are called cleavages. They're starting to form this bubble-looking thing, all right? The last stage of cell division is obviously has to be the cell splitting apart. So PMAT, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase are part of mitosis. Cytokinesis is separate than mitosis, but it is part of this mitosis part of a cell cycle. I know that sort of sounds confusing, but is what it is. But cytokinesis means division of cytoplasm. All right, cytoplasm, kinesis means division or new. All right, so division of cytoplasm. So two new daughter cells are now genetically identical. That's in key. Okay, mitosis. Two new daughter cells are genetically identical to the parent cell with exactly the same chromosomes, exactly the same DNA. All right. So the DNA replicated, goes through mitosis, then it goes through cytokinesis. And this is what you'll see is the diagram here. You sort of see two full new cell walls or cell membranes formed here. The nucleus is all together now. It's all jumbled up like spaghetti in there. So here's the stages. Parent cell. Right. This is just going through this interphase. Prophase, everything's starting to form. The centrioles are going to the ends. The chromatin is starting to form into chromosomes. Nuclear membrane is starting to break down. Metaphase, they line up in the middle. All right, all the chromosomes are in the middle. Anaphase, those chromatids start getting pulled apart. So the chromosomes become individual chromosomes. They get pulled apart. Then you got to go through telophase, and that's when you have the new nucleus starting to form, the new cell wall starting to form, and then finally you have cytokinesis, which breaks off into a new cell. All right. Hope that explains it. Hope you guys enjoy, and have a good day.